Welcome back. It's Wednesday, March 15th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. A 4-0 sweep. We will take that. Now, normally I bring out the brooms, but honestly, it doesn't really feel like celebrating a 4-0 sweep. I've seen all the comments and stuff. I know the lines change, and they've been changing recently, and we've been winning, but some people with the other line changes haven't been winning. Speaking of RJ Barrett, he hits with 27 points plus rebounds on the dot. I say playable to 27.5. The same with Evan Mobley. I thought his line was playable at 33.5. Look, the lines are super sharp. I don't obtain any pleasure coming on here recapping a sweep, knowing that some of the people out there lost. I've tried to record this intro like 10 times because I don't really have any words to say. It's no fun. Josh Giddey and Spencer Dinwiddie come through. We had a great day, but the whole point of making these videos is for everyone to win together, and when everyone doesn't win together like that kind of day, it doesn't really feel the same. But either way, we'll keep trekking on. If you are new to the channel, my name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Go do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. Day 2 of our ladder challenge will be live a little bit later on today. Now, this video brought to you guys by No House Advantage, one of our newest sponsors. It's a great place to bet those player prop parlays. Today, I have a 4-leg entry that will be at the end of this video, and the best part is similar to the daily fantasy apps like Underdog Fantasy and PrizePicks that we're partnered with. Best part about No House Advantage is that they give you a better payout on the 4 and 5 pick entries. For 4 pick entries, they give you 11 times your money, whereas other apps only give you 10. So you can take advantage of that. You can also take advantage using code COS or the link at the top of the description for a 100% deposit match up to $100. You'll see my parlay at the end of the day. It's available in a ton of different US states. I put up all the states it's available in. So take advantage if you want to sign up using my code COS. You get a 100% deposit match. It's free money. Take advantage of that. Let's keep this hot streak going. Let's hopefully smash all these lines outside of the water. We'll go to this first guy who's on the thumbnail, Jason Tatum. I like his over 28.5 points, minus 115 on DraftKings. Now, I play this at 29.5. If you don't like it at 29.5, please don't take it there because there's a chance he could end on 29 on the dot. Now, let's talk about Tatum and the Celtics, though, who are on the road coming off a terrible game. They lost to the dang Houston Rockets. And in that game, Tatum scored 22 points, missed a layup at the end to go to overtime, shot 36.4% from the field. And I just like him to bounce back here. Tatum's normally a great guy to bounce back, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, this is only a 1-unit play. I'm not putting the best bet of the day today. Today's slate feels a little bit weird, so we're just going to kind of avoid that. But let's talk about Tatum. In March, been very good. He's attempted 21, 23, 30, 17, 25, and 22 field goal attempts. So he's attempting a ton of shots out there, and I like him to bounce back here because in those games, he scored 22, 22, 30, 34, 40, and 41 points, going over in 4 of his last 6. Now, like I said, the Celtics back on the road taking on the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are a pretty decent defensive team at home, but there's still a high over-under, and the Timberwolves like to play fast. And we've seen Tatum, when the teams are playing fast and when he's attempting a lot of shots, he's going to hit this over. In fact, he scored this 29-plus points at the over in 22 of his last 25 games with 20 or more field goal attempts. It's no surprise if Tatum shoots, more than likely going to score. He scored 30-plus points in case the line moves in 20 of those 25. So, look, a team like the Timberwolves are perfectly fine with letting their best defender, McDaniels, probably go one-on-one against him. While McDaniels is a great defender, great great defensive metrics, defensive percentiles, and all that stuff. At the end of the day, if you're going to guard Tatum one-on-one, I will always back Tatum because I think he can score against anyone in the league, and I'd rather him being one-on-one defended than getting 2 people on and making him pass the ball. Now, we've seen Tatum. He's gone over this line in 16 of his last 25 games, so a pretty good track record. In the previous 8 games, because the 9th when he went under in his last 25 was last game, the previous 8, when he went under, the next game he went over 7-1. He's gone over 7 of the last 8 times when he went under the previous game. He's played well versus Minnesota, scored 30 versus them earlier this year. That was a game when Jaylen Brown scored 36. Jaylen Brown's coming off a 43-point game, so maybe this is Tatum's time to shine. But in his last 5 versus Minnesota, 28, 53, 26, 34, and 30 points. He's averaging 30.3 points per game on the year. All we need is 29, potentially 30 when the line goes up. The Celtics are only 5-point favorites here, so I think the Timberwolves keep this game close. And if the Celtics are somehow losing, which we've seen them lose to the Rockets recently, we could see Tatum having to force the ball, just taking more shots, get to the free throw line, do all those things. I'm not scared of Rudy Gobert if he plays. If Rudy Gobert doesn't play, they have no rim protection. Jason Tatum should be able to drive, get wherever he wants. I think he knocks down more shots today. We'll take his over 28.5 points. Now let's move to my second play, and this one's probably going to move more than anyone because the line was already moving right as I was posting it for the COS All-Stars, and it's Tyler Hero over 24.5 points plus rebounds, currently minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, if this goes up to 25.5, which I guarantee it will, I'd play it there. Now, his PRA line, I saw at 30.5 on FanDuel. That's honestly way too high for me. If you can get a PRA line at 28.5 or 29.5, I don't mind it there. Let's talk about Hero, though. He's coming off a bad game, taking on the Grizzlies. Now, the Heat are at home, which I like to see Hero at home. He normally plays better there, and I like the Hero to be the guy, the path of the least resistance for this Miami Heat offense. Now, you think about Dylan Brooks, great defender, probably guards Jimmy Butler. Jaren Jackson Jr., I don't necessarily guarantee he guards Bam Adebayo, but he's lurking in the paint. paint when Bam tries to drive. And then over the last 10 games, we've seen Memphis allow the 3rd fewest points per game in the paint, the 4th fewest on the season. And look, Jimmy and Bam do majority of their damage in the paint, and Jimmy does a lot of damage at the free throw line. But I still think that when Jimmy's driving, they're going to try to double team him. That's what they do. So I think how you beat this Grizzlies defense, you have to knock down threes, you have to knock down your mid-range shots, and that's basically all Tyler Hero does. So he might get to the lane, get some layups, get to the free throw line here and there, but what he does is shoot threes and mid-ranges, and that's I think how you beat this Grizzlies defense. Now, we've seen Hero play well against the Memphis Grizzlies. His last 3 against them, 28, 27, and 36 points plus rebounds. He scored 20 plus points in all 3 of those games, and we went over in all 3. Now, like I said, he's coming off a bad shooting game, 5 for 16, had 24 points plus rebounds, so got real close to hitting this over, was on the hook, and then he was terrible. Everyone was on his over that game, over in threes. He went like 2 for 10 from the 3-point line, so I like him to bounce back here, shoot a little bit better. And that's normally what happens when everyone's on a play one game. They stink it up, everyone avoids him the next game, and he absolutely goes off. And over the last 7 games, we've seen Hero average 20.1 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game. That's 26.2 points plus rebounds. And the line is well below that. And Heroes played an average of 36 minutes per game. That was something you were never sure of at the earlier on in this season, earlier on at the beginning of 2023. His minutes were sometimes all over the place. Some games playing 24 minutes, some games playing 38. But recently he's been playing a ton of minutes, and they kind of need him out there. And since February 1st, over this line of 9 of 16 games, he's usually a great guy like Tatum that bounces back after a poor shooting game. And like I said, Hero is capable of scoring 25 points tonight. He might not even need any rebounds, but I like the fact that Jaren Jackson Jr. likes to camp out on the paint. The Grizzlies have been giving up a ton of rebounds to opposing big men, and Bam seems to be running away from rebounds recently. So I like Hero. Probably going to guard Desmond Bane, but might not actually guard Desmond Bane. They might put someone else on Bane. Probably like, I don't really know exactly who they could make guard Bane, but either way, maybe Caleb Martin or someone like that. But I think he'll have his open shots. I think the Grizzlies will leave him open. He'll get some open threes. He'll get some open mid-ranges. Just need him to knock down some shots. Should be a close game. All right, Tyler Hero, over 24.5 points plus rebounds. And for our third and final play of the day, it's going to be a guy that I really do like watching, one of the most fun and exciting players this season, De'Aaron Fox, over 25.5 points, minus 110 on PointsBet. Now, you can take this at 26.5. I don't love it there. And I'll be the first to admit, this is not a good matchup for Fox. This is a Bulls team that has clamped down defensively, giving up the fewest points per game in the paint over the last 10 games. And they got Pat Bev, they got Alex Caruso out there. However, let's start by looking at the line in this game. And I want to look at it because this is a pick'em. The Bulls are the Bulls are at home, the Kings are on the road. And you're looking at this game as a pick'em, yet 90% of the bets are on Kings spread, -1, and 97% on Kings money line. Well, I'm not saying come out here and take the Bulls. What are the odds that they hand out 90% on? I would like to go back and track how often a spread that has 90% actually hits. Because I'm not saying fade the public, but normally when people are all on one side, it normally goes the other way. And if the Kings are trailing here, Fox going into ball hog mode. And over the last 16 games, Fox has been great. 30.2 points per game, hitting this over in 12 of his last 16. Now, he did go under in 3 straight games prior to last game when he dropped 35, but he's still shooting a ton. 21 field goal attempts in those games. He's over this line in 7 of his last 9 road games, averaging 22.1 field goal attempts per game. And he took on a bad matchup against Drew Holiday and the Bucks, dropped 35 on him, and that was a loss. We could see Fox again with a full edit steam going into the paint. I just don't trust Nikola Vucevic to really contest the shots all too well. And we just saw Fox knocked down 5 threes, so he's feeling good with the jumper. The over-under 239, plenty of points are expected, despite the Bulls being a very good defensive team recently. Fox is over this line in 6 of the last 8 Kings losses, so if the Kings are losing, that's normally a good indicator that maybe Fox is turning it on. He's always capable of dropping like 15 to 20 points in the fourth quarter if they're trailing. The Bulls, like I said, have been a very good defensive team recently, which is why I think this line stayed at 25.5, despite, a 35-point game from Fox. But I think Fox is a big night. We'll ride with them. I kind of leaned Sabonis under in points, which is why I think Fox has to take over here. I don't see a lot of production coming from the bench guys today. I think Fox has to take over, shoot 20 plus times. And when he does that, he's going to hit the over more often than not. So we'll ride with De'Aaron Fox. I like his over 25.5 points. And so finally, what you guys have been waiting for, my no house advantage parlay. It is a 4-pick parlay. We're putting $25 on it to pay out $275. It's an 11x payout. Let's talk about these 4 legs. Tyler Hero's over in points. Zach LaVine over in points. De'Aaron Fox over in points, Jason Tatum over in points. Now, the last 2 I've already talked about a good amount. Tyler Hero, I took his points plus rebounds, but he's probably going to need 20 points to hit that. And then Zach LaVine is the one I have not talked about yet. Now, LaVine, I really do like it. Like I talked about, the Kings don't play a whole lot of defense, and the Kings are barely in a pick'em. I think Zach LaVine, who's played really well over the last 5-10 games, think he scores 28 today. It's going to be a popular play, but he's shooting a ton. He gets to the free throw line, averaging a lot of drives. That's how you score against the Kings. So look, I'll sprinkle all 4 of these. $25 to win $275. Sure, I'll take a chance at it. Of course, sign up for a No House Advantage using code COS for 100% deposit match, or click the top link in the description. Appreciate all of you that have signed up using them. We'll start to have more parlays from No House Advantage going on in the future. But appreciate you guys as always. Have a great Wednesday. Let's hopefully go 3-0. Continue this hot streak. Day 2 of the ladder challenge will be live a little bit later on today. The link will be right here once it is live as a YouTube short. You guys are awesome. Have a great Wednesday. I will see you guys back again, same time, same place, Thursday morning. Peace out.